Now I understand why you're Paul's favorite. One of the things I think we all loved about Paul is that he was a gifted storyteller. From his earliest days, when he would do these photo essays, which for those of you who are not in the business, it's, a photographer would go out by himself, shoot an entire story. Sometimes that story would have their voice on it, sometimes not, but Paul would often track those stories. He would put his voice to it. You'd never see his face, but he was doing that before that was even a thing to do, because he had such a passion for storytelling. He cared about the people in his community, the community he grew up in, and from those earliest days, doing photo essays, covering hurricanes, to his most recent excursions in Eagle 8, where he could paint such a vivid picture with his words that you almost didn't need that bird's eye view. You almost didn't need that left foot co-starring with him out of the helicopter. You could just envision it because he was such a good storyteller. And the man who brought that storytelling to Tampa Bay for the first time was the man who hired Paul all the way back in 1993 and saw in him the genius that we would all come to know and love. And that is our next speaker, Rich Murphy.
It's good to see everybody with Hawaiian shirts on. I actually had dressed somewhat nice, and then I remembered I had a Hawaiian shirt in the car since I flew in, so I ran out to put it on. And Stacy Scheibel reminded me that as part of a tradition in Hawaii to wear Hawaiian shirts, which means aloha, which also means hello and goodbye. And so, if you're like me, there's been time to try to figure out what kind of words could possibly comfort, explain. So this is what I came up with. You need to hire this guy. Advice from one chief photog leaving. Brian Puchaty was talking about Paul, our dear friend we are grieving. Today we celebrate Paul's life and the impact he had. Stories and memories bring smiles with the sad. He set an example we should all aim to follow. Easy to say, but today the words feel hollow. Growing up in Lakeland with his sisters and brothers, he came to WFLA as an intern, standing out from the others. This USF Bull with skill, creativity, and style unique, a tall, black-socked, Hawaiian shirt dude with fashion chic. Growing as a photojournalist, first at WBBH in Fort Myers, it was a no-brainer he should be a first-time manager's hire. In many ways, as Paul excelled and achieved, his way with people taught this chief how to lead. As a photog partner, he was a reporter's dream, creating memorable images with sound, working as a team. And back before we could all shoot with our phones, as a one-man band, Paul produced stories all on his own. Athletic at soccer and on the mound at the softball field, popping that shoulder back in could make you squeal. His love of music expressed as Maverick Brown on pirate radio, a secret frequency to be found. Covering disasters, sports, tragedy, and crime, creating memorable stories, the goal all the time. Carrying a positive outlook about work, he had no illusions. He could clarify management fumbles, suggesting obvious solutions. As chief photojournalist and mentoring and teaching, he reveled. A natural leader, he elevated others to another level. With Convergence and digital Nikons taking stills for the paper, the Eagle 8 gig and his famous foot came later. His stellar career at 8 also helped a media marriage bloom. He found love and happiness with Larissa across the newsroom. Social media can manipulate the ways that we feel, but Nerissa and Paul's feeds we'll call Facebook real. The enjoyment of each other and family shows through, the fun in their travels, watching the girls as they grew. Sharing their happiness in video or busting a dance move, how to cherish life's moments often she proved. How do the girls cope with the loss of their tie-tie? Hearts broken now, there is small comfort in anything we can say. Paul loved you very much, and girl dad was very proud too. Within you his lessons remain to guide where life leads you. Nerissa, your love for each other is clear. We hurt for you, wish we could make your pain disappear. We try to console, but words come up short, hoping a hug, smile, or story brings some support. Some are at the age we think, what of our legacy? What mark have I made? What will be thought of me? If Paul had such thoughts, he had nothing to fear. His impact is evident by the love we see here. What would Paul want us to say, what to do? My guess is to celebrate the man that we knew. Quick with a joke, smile or a story, to live life like Paul is to cherish each day's glory. So many milestones, special in so many ways, genuine joy, that first pitch for the Rays. Mornings an eagle ate, Paul would fly high. We carry his spirit as we say, too soon, goodbye. We love you. We're so sorry.
Woo. I'm gonna need a minute. What's cool about having so many friends who are such gifted storytellers is that there's a great history to be recorded here. And there are so many memories to just lock away and take out when you need them.